Hi, my name is Lorena, and I want to talk to you about some of the scriptures. We're going to start in Genesis. The Barashith, starting at verse 1. In the beginning, Elohim, High or Mighty One, created Aleph Tau, the Shemayim, the skies, the heavens, and Aleph Tau, the Arets. And the Arets, the earth, was formless and empty, and darkness was on the face of the deep, and the RUACH, the breath or breeze of Elohim, was moving on the surface of the Mayim, the waters. And Elohim said, "Let light come to be." And light came to be. And Elohim, Aleph Tau, saw the light, that it was good. And Elohim separated the light from the dark. And Elohim called the light Yom, day, and the dark he called Layla, night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first Yom. And Elohim said, "Let space come to be in the midst of the Mayim, and let it separate the Mayim from the Mayim." And Elohim, Aleph Tau, made space. And separated the Mayim which were under the space from the Mayim which were above the space. And it was so. And Elohim called the space Shemayim. And there was evening and there was morning, the second Yom. And Elohim said, "Let the Mayim under the Shemayim be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And Elohim called the dry land Arets. And the collection of the Mayim he called Yamim, which are seas. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said, "Let the Arets bring forth grass, the plant that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit, according to its kind, whose seed is in itself, on the Arets." And it was so. And the Arets brought forth grass, the plant that yields seed, according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself, according to its kind. And And Elohim saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the third Yom. And Elohim said, let lights come to be in the space of the Shemaim, to separate the Yom from the Layla, and let them be for signs and appointed times, and for Yomim days and years, and let them be for lights in the space of the Shemaim, to give light on the Arets. And it came to be so. And Elohim made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the Yom, and the lesser light to rule the Layla, and also the stars. And Elohim set them in the space of the Shemaim, to give light on the Arets, and to rule over the Yom and over the Layla, and to separate the light from the darkness. And Elohim saw that it was good. And there came to be evening, and there came to be morning, the 4th Yom. And Elohim said, let the Mayim teem with shoals of living creatures, and let birds fly above the Arets, on the facial surface of the Shemaim. And Elohim Alotau created great sea creatures, and every living creature that moves, with which the Mayim teemed, according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim blessed them, saying, bear fruit and increase, and fill the Mayim in the Yamim, and let the birds increase on the Arets. And there came to be evening, and there came to be morning, the 5th Yom. And Elohim said, let the Arets bring forth the living creature according to its kind, livestock and creeping creatures, and beasts of the Arets, according to its kind. And it came to be so. And Elohim Alotau made the beasts of the Arets according to its kind, livestock according to its kind, and all that creep on the Arets according to its kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said, breathe into Neshah, Adam, humanity, a shared essence with a shared character, and let them rule over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the Shemaim, and over the livestock, and over all the Arets, and over all the creeping creatures that creep on the Arets. And Elohim, Elohim, created the man in his essence. In the essence of Elohim, he created him. Male and female, he created them. And Elohim blessed them. And Elohim said to them, bear fruit and increase, and fill the earth and subdue it, and rule over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the Shemaim, and over all creatures moving on the earth. And Elohim said, see, I have given you, Elohim, every plant that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it is for food, and to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the Shemaim, and to every creeping creature on the earth, in which there is life, Elohim. Every green plant is for food, and it came to be so. And Elohim, Elohim, saw all that he had made, and see, it was very good. And there came to be evening, and there came to be morning, the sixth Yom. The Holy RUACH is saying to me that in the beginning, they were very different than they are right now. The people on the earth right now, the Arets, they're not like they were. And they're not good people because of all the things that have happened. They need to turn around from the things that they are doing. They need to surrender their life to the Holy One. They need to make a declaration that they are the ones that they need to be with Yahuwah, Yahusha, RUACH HA QODESH, and no one else. Because people are not honest. They are being manipulated by other creatures that are not even human. And they are here doing a lot of evil, but they hide in the background because they know that certain people will fight them a whole lot. There are already people fighting other creatures. They are reporting it within the military. And they do know that they don't understand what those creatures are. Now there are people in government who made agreements with different creatures in the past. It's reported. And they already know that they are not the same way as they were in the beginning. It's more like they need to be honest. They need to do what the Most High wants for their life. They've got to turn around, because there's too many people being hurt at this time. They are abducting them. These creatures are using UFOs, high-level technology. But then you will realize people who are indoctrinated into the occult do the same thing. In dreams and visions, they come to people and they do things. They do astral projection, which is something they did not do way before. Human beings generally didn't do that. You have people proclaiming to be witches and warlocks, and they do that. I'm not saying that people didn't do witchcraft in the beginning. They did. They were taught by fallen angels and demons. That's their technology. They put their children in the fire. But today they do other forms of witchcraft, more modern, like abortion, human trafficking. This is all witchcraft. So we'll talk about scriptures. And I do want to tell you, they need to go back to the start and really examine everything with the RUACH HaQODESH. Be blessed. Have a wonderful day.